Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KB in the place to be. That's that old school saying right there. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy to be here, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday to you. That's my grandbaby in the background, y'all. She trying to be famous right now. But we here, we live, we live. Hey, what's up, Chad? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain at all, at all. We waiting for Miss Jazz and Miss Donna to join us,
Okay.
so we can so we can start our show basically. But we're gonna start it without them. Um, and I think my people's just joined up on here. Brother Robert, he just joined on. Let me bring him on up here too as well. Make sure we got a mic check, mic check, mic check. What's up, Rob? How you doing, man?
What's happening? What's
Hello.
going on with you?
Ain't too much. Everything is love. Everything is love. How about yourself?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm just in here chilling, man.
All
Waiting for
right.
y'all to get this thing started. What's
All right.
popping, fellas?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing
I
much.
had to do something different, man. I want to put on something different. I know I'm from Baltimore and not from the Egypt, but I just want to do something different.
Hey, ain't
Yeah.
nothing
What's
wrong with
Ain't
popping?
nothing wrong with it.
Yes,
yeah, but
sir. Yes, sir.
that's the turban, right? And that
Yes,
ain't nothing but touching back
yes,
going.
sir.
That's nothing but us just touching our roots. You know what I mean?
No, you said that right, bro.
That's
Show 'em.
so they so actually while I got us up here right now, I want to say to the people that watched this last week. A few weeks ago, we interviewed Miss Renee Wiley on here. She was the celebrity hairstylist,
Okay.
and last week was their actual event, their show that they were having. Um, with the hold on, I gotta pause real quick. More okay, my grandbaby here, y'all. So yeah,
Oh man, I know about that.
you got pop moving right now. But
Yeah,
so
I know about that.
we
Hopefully make
interviewed
some
her
of these moves.
2 weeks ago, and she actually had her show, her award ceremony on last Friday. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Um, and me and Chad, we had the pleasure of being in the building. She had an award ceremony. She gave out awards to the stylists and barbers from Oklahoma, and different business owners and black business owners that were inside the state. She gave out different awards to them. On Wednesday, I got a phone call. Wednesday morning, my homeboy woke me up. Big shout out to Quan out of South Carolina. He called me and he said, "Bruh, did you hear about the stylist about what was going on in Tulsa?" And I said, "Nah." So he sent me the link, and I actually watched it. It was on YouTube. Uh, Black Girl News. I think that's what the Black Lady News, Black Girl News. Shout out to them. I think that's what it was. And it was a stylist in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's a mental illness case. She was her fiance, her boyfriend, whoever that was. He was outside with a assault rifle, and he was pretty much having a standoff with the police. And she interfered with it and wanted to go talk her love down, and he ended up shooting her and killing her.
Oh
And
wow.
of course, then the police, they shot him and killed him.
I'm quite
Right.
sure.
What made that unique was we was actually in Tulsa
When it happened.
visiting not when it happened, but when the funeral was going on. When her actual funeral was going on, and we were there for hairstylists and barbers, and here it is, just a week prior, a hairstylist was just murdered, like right around the corner from where we were, not too far from where we were, right? And it played on my conscience. It played on me. I sat and I was like, "Dad, we was there." And I kept saying, I wonder if she was supposed to be there." So I reached out to
Right.
Renee, and she hadn't heard the story yet. She hadn't heard the story, and she was gonna come on here today, but she just opened up her shop, and she'll be opening the doors tomorrow morning. So kudos to that, Renee. So she couldn't really be here with us tonight to chop it up. But
Right.
what I wanted to do is, and for everybody to know how I am, it's close, it's home for me. Oklahoma is home for me now. So, and we were in. I'm about an hour and a half away from Tulsa. So to the East Coast, it's like Baltimore running up to Philly, or something
Okay.
like how close Tulsa is to Oklahoma City. And it's home. And I don't know the family from Adam. I don't know Rakia. That was her name, Rakia Crawford. Rest in peace. And I don't know her fiance or her boyfriend's name. I mean, or know them from Adam, but
Her name is Dwayne Johnson.
yeah, that was his name. And so it's just in me. What I do is when it moved me, I I want to just give something to the family. I want to just do something for the family. You
Okay.
know, um, it they don't have to know me. I ain't want nothing in return or anything. But it just touched bases because it's been, I don't know if y'all follow, but I'm in these YouTube streets. I pay attention to what's going on, and within the last
Okay.
month and a half, it's been three styles. One, two, three off the top of my head that I know. People
Mhm.
that do, these two women come up missing. They
Wow.
were beauticians and things like that missing. Now they just found one and buried her the other day, things like that. And that's what I wanted to talk about, really, the mental illness with the different stylists and things. So I'm waiting for Jazz to come up here because she was going to talk about it with me, and Miss Scott, and they'll be on a little later. But
Okay.
so I'm rambling, but what I want to do is, and what I'm going to do is, this platform, Too Easy on the Eyes. I've been looking into getting a memorial tree for her family, and we're gonna plant a memorial tree in Tulsa for her, just to dedicate it to her family, to her kids, because she did have children and things like that. I don't know their situation. I do know that they have a GoFundMe out, and I guess if people research Rakia Crawford, they
Okay.
could find out the GoFundMe. But I just don't support a lot of people's GoFundMe right now because GoFundMe be scamming. A lot
Yeah,
of
some of them do. Yeah,
the
I
GoFundMe.
definitely understood.
I know that what I do will be genuine. What we do will be genuine. So I've been since Wednesday. I figured out the tree and things like that, and what I want to do now. I'm just trying to reach out to the family basis, basically. And once I can get in
Okay.
contact with the family, someone for the family, someone close to the family, then I'll move forward. And I actually have somebody on it. I spoke with someone yesterday who said they think that they can get in contact with the family for me. And if they want to talk, if they don't want to talk, that's all fine and dandy. But I really don't want to bring them up and really ask them a whole bunch of questions. But I just want to, unless they want to come talk and share the good news or good stories that they might have and things like that. But I do want to donate the um the tree tour, and we are going to donate to the tree tour, and because we were in Tulsa because we working on something big in Tulsa right now.
Okay.
So after the show, Chad can tell you we ran around Tulsa early afternoon until the show started. We spent the whole day in Tulsa. Did you like being in Tulsa, Chad?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like that was my first time going. Like, I'm from Oklahoma, but
Okay.
I've never been to Tulsa.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've been to Tulsa, but I've never been to, like, like with the
What was the
museum.
vibe up there? Good people?
Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of artists,
Okay.
of a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of um everybody. It's the same mindset as here in Oklahoma. It's just, a different place, and they're more they have been it's a different type of you know healing that has been taking place in Tulsa, since what's happened in Tulsa. So
Right.
uh, it was really inspirational to and like open my mind up a little bit more, just like see, all of this time we still have artists, we still have you know people that are still having their lives taken, and it's before, it just, I have a nonprofit, so it just made me want to teach the kids even more. Like,
Right.
we need more.
Okay.
So it was
Yeah.
inspiring.
Well, I guess all our prayers go out to the family in Tulsa. Pray
Yeah,
all is well with you guys. I really just heard about it today, but my prayers and my condolences from my heart, from us to you guys.
yeah, we're gonna touch bases with them. And they don't even know where it's coming from, but it's just in it's just in me on just how I move. And if it wasn't for a podcast, I wouldn't even be telling people that, look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna send this
Yeah.
family.
Hey fellas, you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to adjust myself to block this light over this shoulder here. I'm trying to block it because I got my babies back here.
Hey, look, my grandbaby here. So
Oh,
she's in the balcony right now having fun. I'm gonna leave her alone. So if you hear me
I
say,
love plants, man. That's my thing.
it's like several type of cacti.
Yeah, man. So I'm trying. I always had that window wide open, and the light shining. Look, I'm just sitting here looking like Jesus.
That's okay.
like
Let
Jesus.
let your soul glow.
Yeah. So I'm trying. I keep trying to adjust it to keep the light out. Cause I got these big, huge windows in my spot, man. Yeah. There ain't much going down here in Baltimore as far as the fashion, but there's a lot of stuff that's actually really happened on 25th Street here in Baltimore. It's a lot of poetry going on. It's a lot of there's a couple fashion designers. I think Baltimore, Maryland is number 2 in the country for poetry, and it's a lot of people doing some big things off of 25th Street. They call that the Black Wall Street here. So y'all need to get in contact with them people too, man. Y'all come down here, make some things happen. But it's a lot of good stuff happening here in Baltimore. Yeah.
Well, and we're gonna actually have to get in touch. Well, I'm gonna have to rub elbows with them on 25th Street, because what we got brewing next year will be dealing with art, and I'd love to have them involved.
Yeah.
I'd love to have them involved with what we got going on. So, like, real quick, so we can bounce off. Dior. I'm pretty sure everybody know who Dior is. Dior, the brand, they will open up their pop-up store. Uh, they're in Seoul, Korea on May 1st. They'll be opening up their pop-up store, and that'll be May 1st in Seoul, Korea. So kudos to Dior, their brand, and things like that. And are you a big Dior fan? Do you any what's that, Christian Dior? You guys wear Christian Dior, anything like
Ah,
that?
man, it's hard to find down here to me, unless you're going through Nordstrom's or something like that. But I don't really run into it too much.
Right.
I don't run into his brand too much.
Right. Yeah, pretty much in Nordstrom's, New York, on in Main Street, or New York. But definitely in Nordstrom's. And I remember,
And
like,
probably in what's that other store that I forgot that other one, the fifth something.
oh,
Wait a minute, what is that?
Come on,
Saks
Fifth Avenue.
Saks Fifth. Yeah, so it might be in Saks, but other than that, I really haven't seen it much.
Right. Now, Alexander Wang. Y'all remember?
Nah, and then who he working with?
Alexander. You know who Alexander Wang is? You know what that is, Chad? They come up.
That's he's a fashion designer.
Right. But he got bad. He had them sexual accusations last year. So he was out of sight, out of mind for a minute.
Yeah.
But he went to the runway for this past week, and he said he's back in stride again. He said he's back in stride again.
He ain't striding on the wrong stuff, you dig?
Well, listen.
Hopefully his stride is down to a limit now.
Yeah, hopefully he's doing the right thing, because this was that was revealed through like TikTok video.
Wow.
Yeah.
They said that he groped him in 2017 at a New York City nightclub.
Wow.
Right. Yep.
So
yeah.
I mean, he has a new the 2022 collection has like a mix up of like crop tops and like 2-piece, and there's a lot. So think like maternity,
Okay.
Open. That's what it's.
Flair baby doll type stuff.
Yeah, that's basically right there. You see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's.
Now, have you guys heard of Shein? SHEIN, Shein?
Nope.
Man, they are on the rise. You heard of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're on the rise, man. They popped up. Look, what was the thing that popped up last year or a few years ago? Everybody ordering offline now. Not Wish. What's the other
website?
one? The website is a website. People ordering, all the women. They
right.
order. It's the same. Fashion Nova.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see where you're going.
The next big Fashion Nova for real. That's basically.
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, Fashion Nova, especially on YouTube, the critiques have gotten bad. Fashion Nova,
it was hot.
They don't do
a hot minute too, real quick.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I know a lot of kids were ordering off of there. A lot of young kids, anyway.
They don't
Yeah, I
oversee
don't think.
the shipment after
Wouldn't it be
they.
cool to find one that guys can order off of? We ain't gonna call it Fashion Nova, but you gotta call it something else. Because guys like clothes too, man. We do,
Yeah,
man. I like to be
Mhm.
fly. You know what I mean? It just they don't focus on us. I mean, women do spend more,
We
but they could have
we just
something
don't
like that
know of them
together.
yet because there's one, and it's called Living Color.
Wow.
tell
That's
them
I
about
my.
feel you.
tell them about living
I feel
color,
you.
Chad, in case nobody, because everybody ain't even get to introduce. So tell them about living color real quick.
Okay, well, yeah, I have a company. It's called Living Color, COLOUR. So it's like basically just imagine water when the light hits it and you see the lights is displayed. Our eyes can only see, a certain amount of colors. So that's just the definition of it. So just to give a more in-depth, it just means to like live in the moment, live in your truth, live in the light, express yourself and go against the grain. So a lot of my a lot of my designs are expressive. Like this one, this jacket that I'm wearing is one of my pieces. Then I
Okay,
have,
okay.
let's see,
You
a
know,
few.
the fear,
So
non-fear of playing with colors and texture.
yeah, so I got things like that, and then as well as with shoes.
Okay.
So that's what I do. I do have a lot more, but they're all put up over there. I do have some things I'm getting ready for, so they're all put up in different areas. But yeah, I just rebuilt my website as well, so you can check that out on liveincolorllc.com.
All right. Y'all heard it for yourself.
And of
Yeah.
course, if people want to get suits and things like that, a nice custom tailored suit, they can always check in with me at www.thealphamale@weebly.com. But let me get Robert, while we got you here, tell the people what you do, Rob.
Well, I do videographer, still shots. Mainly videographer is my main thing. Just started working with trying to get a friend of mine named Erica McKenzie just offered me a opportunity of actually creating an older man modeling group. We working on the name right now. She's have her own establishments where she said I can use the upstairs and get these gentlemen. So I'm really looking for some dudes over 50 that's fly because I'm 55. I'll be 55 this year actually, and looking for some older gentlemen that's real in shape and got this stuff together, and we can do it. You know, I know the guys that's from the Silver Foxes got their own brand going. But I feel like, man, ain't nothing wrong with a little competitive thing going on. So let's get another group going and let's see how
Right.
this works.
Right. KD,
Hey,
how are
And
you?
I'm
Hello.
good. I'm sorry, everyone. I've had a hectic day. How's everyone doing?
How are you? We're fine.
That's good. Hi,
Everybody doing
hey,
everybody doing good.
Hi,
So
Rob.
how was your week this week, D?
I don't even want to talk about my week. My week has been, but y'all want to know, I mean, my week has been bad, but I'm going to tell y'all what's so fucked up about, excuse me, can I curse on here? I'm going to tell you what's so fucked up about my week. I had a maintenance guy come in my house, right, to do some work, and that motherfucker stole a bottle of Hennessy off my fucking counter.
Oh my.
no,
Are you
wow.
serious?
Hold on,
He thought you weren't gonna notice.
that was the white Henny, right?
Yeah, you know, I had three bottles.
No.
Yeah.
Did you say something?
Wow. So I
Are you
wonder
gonna
how
say
they dealt
something?
with that one.
Well, the company allegedly is going to reimburse me for it. But I was
Okay.
like, it's all on camera. What you going to do? It's on camera.
Oh,
Oh,
so you can see him. You
Wow.
can
So
see
you
him
saw
taking.
him red-handed.
There. But I saw him
Uh,
after the fact because I had left the house and left my daughter in charge. But she left the man downstairs to basically do whatever he wanted to do. And when I came back home, I realized that my bottle was gone. I was like, "Where's my bottle?" She said, "Oh, that's why he left so fast." Yeah, nigga, ain't he paid either.
Let me find out.
Send it to me so we can put them on blast.
Oh man,
Send me the
Wow.
video so we can put them on blast. We can hunt him
that
down.
would go viral. Yeah, why
Yeah,
didn't
it
we do
would.
So yeah, so I was like, he's a contract. Look, he's a contractor with American Home Shield.
Okay.
Wow. He couldn't afford to get that himself.
Shut
Oh
up.
wow. You
Well, we
definitely
need
should blast his ass. I would, excuse my
that,
language, ladies and gentlemen, but blast his ass.
that white man from
Right.
overseas. It's hard
I
for him.
know.
It's hard for
Excuse
people
my
to get their
language.
hands
Look,
on.
we're trying to. Are we really PG? We're not really PG, right?
That's
We
what.
not
That's
PG. We not PG, but we do want to get monetized, so we just
Oh,
keep it.
I apologize, and then
So-
what I've just said has not been on the behalf of the staff, or it was just me. You cancel me.
what do you do, Robert?
Huh?
What do you do?
Videographer, and I started posting pictures on Facebook, and I've been getting a lot of feedback with it. And I've been really surprised. I'm on Silver Fox group and on Facebook. I'm on another one called Gray Hair. And a lot of the sisters been like really liking my pictures. So
Are they liking your pictures because of your beard, or were they liking?
well, I ain't no bad looking dude for 55. I'm in shape.
you
I
took
mean,
your
6'1",
glasses off and everything. She was like,
235
"You take
look,
a better
we ain't
look."
from
gonna
the
stop you, but
DMV.
I'm just trying to see.
Well, you gotta put your binoculars on now. You gotta put the binoculars on.
Well, you took them off. She was like,
you gotta put your binoculars on and see me now.
she said, "No glare." I have a glare.
Hey, I ain't no short stick, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I think I'm a pretty fly old dude. And especially if you see me in my dude dads, I think I do pretty good.
I was trying to see what the hair looked like.
The hair?
Is it soft? Look, is it soft? Look, I'm asking questions. I'm gonna be the voice of all the women. Is it soft? Can you run your fingers?
Oh
through
yeah,
it?
it's so. Yeah, it ain't.
Ah,
It ain't stiff. No. No, this not a prosthesis or nothing like that. She done jumped off, y'all. See, that's what she get for starting trouble. She was trying to start some trouble, man.
No, she be back. I think she lost connection. I heard it beeping.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody was calling.
So while we wait for it to bring up, today we are going to have a fabulous show. We got a good friend of mine from Baltimore, Mr. Terry Jones. He'll be joining us. He is the owner of Black Daddy Gang Apparel. I've known
I
Terry
think I
for
heard of
years.
him.
Yeah, I've known Terry
I've heard of him.
and he's have a movement going on in Baltimore, Maryland, and he's doing good things out there. So we're gonna bring him up. We're gonna bring him up. He's gonna join us, and of course, y'all know that Donna's gonna get down and get the gist of everything and interview him when she gets her service and everything back. Right? All right, she just popped up now. Hey, Terry, what's good, bro?
Hey, how y'all feeling? I'm here.
All right. We feeling good right now. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. My cup is full. You know what I'm saying? Got my
Your,
little, you know what I mean?
your cup full. I think I gotta refill mine. Mine is getting to the bottom. Welcome to the panel, everybody. That's Chad, that's Rob right there. And of course, you know D. Donna will be interviewing you. She is also on here with us.
Okay.
Add her right there. So we got a full house right now. We're waiting on Jazz to come. Jazz will be joining us from Jazzy Styles. She'll be joining us later. She said, I'm getting my kids together and I'm on my way in the house. That was the text message that I just got about 3 minutes ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So Jazz, be safe. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna ask you too many questions, Ty. I ain't gonna pick your brain right now. I'm gonna let Donna do that because I know a little bit about you. Then I'll come back and we'll kick it and talk some more trash and look at some footage, look at some photos, and critique some photos on what we would do and what we wouldn't do with some things.
Okay.
All right. Don, D, you there? Can you hear me? D says she can hear me, right?
I don't know.
Don, are you there? D, you there? So let me see. I'm gonna remove her and bring her back.
Tell her blink twice if she need help.
Nah, it's probably she got a boost mode. She came on here starting trouble with me.
Nah, she got.
That's
Look,
what it is. She got that boost mode phone.
Dang.
she's driving. She's driving. So what we gonna do is what we gonna do. Yeah, she driving right now. She driving right now. So I know her connection probably going in and out, and I don't know why she. Well, you know why she driving. So she on her way home, and it'll be safe. Everything will be good. But while we here. So look, I got we got 3 Baltimore people, and Chad is from Oklahoma. So I mean, so Terry, what while you joined in the conversation, you heard us talking about the stylists and everything. Were you
Yeah.
backstage? You heard us talking about the stylists and
Yeah, I heard
everything
that.
going on, and I know all death is touches home. You know, everything touches home to us, and like I tell them, it ain't as wild out here in Oklahoma as it is in Baltimore, though. But that was a sad story. That was a very sad story. The mental illness is real. Um, can you speak? I know you do a little mentoring, and I don't want to get into it, but can you speak a little bit about mental health, and what you see and what you have dealt with mental health, Ty?
For the most part, my take on it is, there's a lot of people out here that suffer, you know, and some people suffer in silence, and some people actually lash out and kind of, you know, take it out on others or whatever. Um, my background history, I did 18 years in medical work. I used to be a dialysis technician, so we had a lot of patients or whatever who used to be, who were suffering from depression and anxiety from just being sick or whatever. So I dealt with that a lot. And then later, as my group kind of built up, we kind of go out and talk to a lot of troubled youth or whatever, and tell them how they can do better things with their lives or whatever. But as far as mental health, a lot of people are misguided. Like some people just don't know where to go for help, or don't think that anybody else can relate to what they're going through. They think it's an isolated event that they're going through. Like they're feeling like some type of pain and some type of anguish or whatever. And it's like they can't even express it to anybody because they feel like nobody will understand.
Got it. So pardon me. So D, I don't know if you heard it earlier. Can you hear me? You can hear me
I
now,
can
D?
hear you.
All right, boom. So she in the house now, since she ain't in the car no more. So earlier we were talking about the stylist that was in Tulsa. We were talking about the stylist that was in Tulsa, and her friend, her male friend, he killed her in front of the police, and then the police killed him. You know, she tried to talk him down, and they weren't beefing or anything. He was just going through some things. She tried to stop the police from killing him, and he ended up killing her, and then the police still ended up killing him. You know what we going through.
Oh,
So
damn.
right. So I'm just relashing just because you wasn't here then. So what I'm doing is we're gonna I don't know the family from Adam, but because it's in Tulsa and that's home now, it's so close. I'm gonna do what I do. I want to plant one of them a memorial tree for
Mhm.
her, Tulsa, and donate it to the family. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's why when people see the Cash App running down, if they want to participate and help with anything, they can go ahead and donate there. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna donate it from Too Easy on the Eyes, and whether nobody donate or nobody help or anything, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna give it to them. I'm just gonna donate it to them. You know, just a token. Because she did have children. She did have a daughter, I know for sure. And it's just a sad situation. Like I said, it wasn't like he killed her, like they were beefing or arguing or anything like that. She basically got in the middle and was like, let me talk to him. You know, his mother was there, her mother, and she was there. And when she walked over, shot her, man. He was out of his mind. He shot her, and they like from the research that I've looked, they just had a good history. You know, both sides of the family are both in shock right now. So that's where we going at on that. But we got Ty Jones, this Black Daddy Gang. You know, see, we Black Daddies out here. So I understand what Black Daddy Gang is and what it means. I'm a Black Daddy. I'm a Black Daddy. Oh, hold up. Let me see. Let me see something real quick because we got Miss Jazz here. Miss Jazz just pulled up on the show before we bring her in. Let me see. Hey, Jazz.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
how you doing?
Good.
That's good.
So, real quick, Miss Jazz, tell everybody who you are, right?
Okay, I'm Jasmine. I am a licensed hairstylist. And I'm ready to get in on the conversation.
All right, boom.
You
So,
guys were talking about the young lady that passed.
yeah, in
Yeah.
concert, yeah, we just talking
Yeah.
about it. And in case you didn't hear, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna donate a memorial tree to her from this platform. We're gonna donate that to her family to give them something just from us. I don't know from Adam, but it's home now, and it was close to home. And like I told him, we was in Tulsa the day of her funeral. You know, I mean, we was giving away. Renee was giving away awards to stylists and barbers, and there was a whole funeral going on for a stylist, and you know, for a beautician. We didn't even know. I didn't even know, and that energy when I got the phone call on Wednesday from somebody from South Carolina to tell me, you know what's going on in Tulsa? You was at a hair show, right? That's how he called me. But that just let me know to do something for the family, do something for it. But what we're gonna do is, I'm glad you're here, Jazz. We're gonna chop it up and we're gonna kick it. This is our panel, y'all. We got Chad, we got Rob, we got D, we got Jazz, and I am KB. And our guest today is Mr. Terry Wombat Jones from Baltimore, Maryland, Black Daddy Gang. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let him and Donna kick it and talk for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna chop it up with Terry and pick his brain and pick his mind a little bit on this special Sunday. So stay tuned real quick, and we're gonna go into this intro, and we'll be right back with you. Hey D, you there?
I am. Hi, Terry.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
You're from Baltimore?
Yes, ma'am. Born and raised.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not from Baltimore, but I've been there. I've been around the block a couple of times in Baltimore.
You been to the tourist spots or you been in the good spots? You been in the good in the hood, or you just
Well,
came through?
hanging out with KB, I used to be in all different spots of
Okay,
Baltimore.
okay. Then you was in good hands.
I don't know about all that, but no, I was. Let me stop playing. I really was. All right. So I heard your company or your business is
Black Daddy Gang.
Black Daddy Gang. So
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
about Black Daddy Gang. What made you come up with a name called Black Daddy Gang? Because it
So,
just sounds like, is it like representing black men or?
well, back in 2011, there was a brother who had passed away since then. In 2014, his name was Derek Jones, and he was sitting in his basement one night talking about how a lot of brothers or fathers or whatever represented neighborhoods and hoods that they had no ownership to. They stood tall and was proud to be from certain blocks or certain neighborhoods, and they never represented their children. So we kind of took it as an insult, like that you would show more favoritism or more love or more loyalty for something that you rented, that your parents were renting, and not really show love to children that came from you. So we took a spin on it, and we took the word black, which is black is elegance, black is luxury, black is success, black is a lot of different good words, but most of the time you see black in culture or whatever, you see it as a bad thing. But when you go to a black tie event, it's a formal good event. When you're in a business and your business is in the red, your business is failing. But if your business is in the black, then you're doing successful. So the word daddy is a term of endearment that involved fathers get called from their children. You're not going to be called daddy if you come through once a year or once a month or whatever, but you had to be present and there for your child to affectionately call you daddy. And then the gang is also another word we got kind of slighted for, but a gang is a group of like-minded individuals with the same purpose, and this purpose is the children. So we put it together, Black Daddy Gang, and we've been rolling since 2011. When we first started, the idea was to get fathers to basically, our goal was to challenge, encourage, and support Black fatherhood. Since then, which is 10 years, well, 11 now, but the dynamic has changed so much where you see more Black fathers involved in their children's lives. And we're just thankful for that, you know. So that's how it started. It started as a conversation as to why people cling more to things that wasn't theirs, and the things that were theirs didn't seem as important to them. And we did a call of arms, and over the years, the dynamic has changed immensely, and we're so proud. So that's where we are.
So is it just like a group of you? How many people did it take to start this?
It originally started with 7 people.
And what are you now?
Now it's 400. And we have different, I call them ambassadors. We have 6 in Atlanta. I have 2 in Arizona. I have 1 that's in New Mexico. And I have, I guess, KB out there. And you guys are holding it down. But yeah, I mean, I build friendships and connections. And I honor and I salute Black fathers that really are involved in their children's lives all over. We had a guy that was with us named Matt Pressburg. He went on the Steve Harvey show, and we had a whole basket for him. We gave him T-shirts, hats, just because, like I said, if you're a father and you love your children, and our mantra is MBOE, my baby's over everything.
Okay,
and that's basically, like I said, what it is. But like when we first started in 2011, it was essential. We needed it, and now, like I said, the dynamic has changed so much where it's happening organically, like it's just happening, and I couldn't be more pleased.
But it's needed that much more, I would think, you know, and especially to know that you have it like all over. So, are you planning on like expanding to like other areas like New York, New Jersey? I mean, there's a lot of desolate places out there that definitely could use this.
Yeah, I mean, the website is always open. And actually, the Gmail is blackdaddygang@gmail.com. Anybody who's interested in connecting or trying to do something, every year we do a back to school drive where we give away 150 book bags full of supplies, notebooks, pencils, pencil sharpeners, erasers, just so that we show that we're serious about this. In the summertime, we used to do like fly a kite with Dad. We have certain events that we do all over the place, and we connected with certain organizations here in Baltimore where we would just like to get together and we come together and just all salute and promote fatherhood.
Okay, so I have a question. So this is for like Black men who are supporting their children. Right. What about the Black men who are not supporting their children? Do you try to encourage and bring those Black men into the fold so that, you know, just to kind of like mentor them and give them some direction? Because, you know, a lot of Black men weren't raised with fathers, so they don't know how to be a father. So do you kind of bring other Black men into the fold, you know, to kind of like get them the experience to encourage them to be more involved in their children's lives?
Well, like I said, we challenge each other to be better. Okay. Like I said, a lot of times people look at the superficial things and see them as important, and we wanted to make the importance to children. So we show them what they have and give them lessons and tell them how they could be more involved. Learn your kids' teachers' names. Go to the daddies with donuts and stuff like that. And just be involved in your child's growth. Ask them how their day is, and just know that being there means more. Some people, oh, I don't have money to do this. I don't have money. It's not money. Sometimes the child just wants to know that you're there. And like I said, we do, in fact, encourage, challenge, and support each other for being the best fathers that you can be. And we do it every day, 365 days a year.
And it's also about time. A lot of men don't realize it's about time. It's about the time. It's about the time that you give to your children, even if it's 5 minutes, even if you're running in between, jobs or whatever the case may be. That 5 minutes means a lot
Yeah,
to a lot of children.
and it definitely, because when you're a child, you like they say, if people don't remember sometimes what you say to them, they remember how you made them feel.
Mhm.
And basically, it's about integrity. If you say you're going to do something, especially to a child, do it. I'm going to be at your recital. I'm going to come to your game. I'm going to do this. Just do it. I mean, and no excuses are ever acceptable. If you say you're going to do something to a child or for a child, just be there and show that you care. Like I
Okay.
said, the same way people give honor and respect to their block, we want you to do that for your children, because they come from you and they're a part of you. And it's not just fathers, it's stepfathers, grandfathers, godfathers, uncles, teachers, mentors, anybody who's in that role. We have a lot of women who walk up to me like, what about the moms? Well, some moms are daddy's girls. And that goes to them also. Like anybody who supports this movement, I appreciate everything. Like I said, for 10 years we've been doing it. And it started from a basic conversation of what can we do and how can we be better. And we do that every day.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you also about the women, but I think it would be more so appropriate for a woman to start a movement as such.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
of course, but I don't want to never turn away support. Like you have somebody who's interested in helping you, and we have a few females who actually we had a coat drive, and I had to work that Saturday, and there's a couple of sisters that actually was able to go in my stay to go and pass out the coats. We had a partnership with Foreman Mills. They gave away 100 coats 2 years ago to underprivileged kids or whatever, and we were one of the sponsors that got a chance to do that. And I couldn't be there. I wanted to be there. I was supposed to be there. My job put in mandatory overtime, and I couldn't do it. So I called my sister, and she made it happen. Because everybody else was on some other stuff. So I got people I can depend on, and like I said, it doesn't matter. And to me, honestly, I believe that there's maybe two people who are in the organization, not in the organization, but are affiliates that aren't black. They're white, but they're great fathers. And fatherhood does not have color bounds. If you're, like I said, if your business is in the red and you're messing up and you fix it and your business is now in the black, you're a good father. So if you focus on the kids, it's not, to me, always the color. It's more so the actions behind, and it's all for the children. It's nothing more than that.
So do you find people offended, and I'm saying people of non-color, do you find them offended when it's just basically, black daddy gang? Do you find, because
not so much, because once you put the three words together, it becomes a different movement. Each word separately is negative. Black is looked at as bad. Daddy is looked at as a term that could be derogatory. Gang is looked at as violence. When you put them three together, it becomes all about love, and that's where we are.
Okay, so you do include other cultures as well, then.
It's about love. Love. If you love your children, I'm with you.
Okay.
Love is as our main standpoint at this.
Okay. So, question, because we have a lot of young fathers, and I mean, high school. We have a lot of younger men becoming fathers at a young age. Do you offer mentorship to these younger men who don't know how to be fathers, who don't know how to find their way, who don't know how to be a man, so to speak, or to be growing into fatherhood? Do you have mentorship for these men?
Yeah,
young
we have
men?
different partners. Like I said, I have different partnerships throughout the city. There's an organization called City Weeds where they actually give out fruit and vegetables to the community every Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
Different organizations that have stepped up and said that if you need my help, I'm here. There's a guy named Squeaky Kirk who runs the Ruth Kirk Recreation Center. They give out food to the community every week. They have a horseback riding thing for the children. There's so many people. I'm probably naming people that I'm forgetting. Ray Davis from Flight, Marcus Simpkins. There's so many people that I have that I can speed dial, call. Careers Marcel, Ogun. They have a group called Beats Not Bullets, and they do go into the schools and teach children how to use their music as a tool, other than using the music. They teach them how to get involved with music. And like I said, once the fathers are involved, it changes the dynamic of everything. It just shows leadership. It shows that if you are in charge of your household, then you're in charge of your block. You're in charge of your block, you're in charge of your city. In charge of your city, you're in charge of your state. Then the world will be a better place because one person cared, two people cared, and collectively we've all cared together. And we made a change as a bigger unit.
Right. And as the old adage goes, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. Cool. Sweet. Okay. So another question that I have, and I'm trying to figure out how to kind of like word this question. As far as you have your website, right?
Yes.
But as far as grabbing people from different places, they don't know about your website. How do you grab, I guess, get other people to become involved in this movement?
It's a grassroots organization. So basically, we're just out there. I see somebody that may be walking down the street with their children from the grocery store. I see that they're struggling or whatever. I may walk into a store and I see that the father is trying to pay for his food for the kids. I may go in my pocket and give him money towards his groceries, just to show him that there's other people out here that knows what you're going through and understand what you're going through. So like I said, it's not just one action that we take. It's all the action that we take to make it a bigger, better movement. And there's, like I said, maybe 15 or 16 different organizations that I have partnerships with throughout the city that all lead towards that. There's boxing at the Umar Gym. There's so many that I can't even think of right now because I wasn't prepared to answer these questions. Like it's caught off guard, but it's a movement. And like I said, the main thing that's behind the whole movement is love. If there's a young brother out there that wants to know how to be a better father, wants to actually want ways to be more, reach out to me. Like I said, my Gmail is blackdaddygang@gmail.com. The website is blackdaddygang.com. It's a badge of honor, and I stand behind it 100%.
Right. But see, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to like get these people in, so they can become more involved. And even, even have volunteers just like come in, to kind of like get in that idea and basically even at some point become an ambassador as well.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
That's fine. Like I said, just reach out to me. Hit me on my Gmail. And one of the Facebook groups that we have is Black Fathers. It's run by Matt Pressbury. If I'm not mistaken, in a couple of weeks we'll be at 10,000 members. Or wait, it might be 100,000 members. I can't remember the milestone, but he started the group based off of there was no other Facebook groups for fathers, and he started a Black Fathers group. And at this point, I think it may be 100,000 members coming up with milestone. So, and there's other different Black Fathers Foundation, which is a nonprofit that we actually have that he started or whatever, and together we're making changes every day. And like I said,
that's like you already might be worldwide then. 100,000, you're pretty much universal. You're all over.
You could actually go on and see different pinpoints of who's posting from where in the Facebook group. So stride by stride, for the past 10 years, we've been making moves, and we are basically everywhere, but we can do more. And
I'm about to ask you a crazy question. So women allowed in this group?
In the Facebook group, no.
Okay. It's a crazy question. Somebody might just want to be nosy and to find out what's going on.
No, they actually have spin-off groups. There's a supporters group. There's a Black Fathers and Co. and Company. They can join that one. There's different. Like I said, if you reach out to me, I'll point you in the right direction. I have different avenues I can put you in, where I can put you where you need to be. There's a need and a help and a want for everybody to step up and do whatever they can do to make it better.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna need all these names, so we can properly educate the public and direct the public accordingly. So we're gonna need all these names,
No
and
problem.
hopefully KB can run all the names across the screen so people can, you know, get
Not a problem.
involved or get some type of guidance, because I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of us, black men, yeah, not just, I don't want to say just black men, but a lot of young men and men in itself need some type of guidance. Wait a minute, so you have your own, is that a mug with the Black Daddy Gang on it?
Yeah, I got all types of. It's like I said, it's to bring awareness. I have mugs, we have masks. Uh, we make jackets, T-shirts, hats. We have a partnership with Mobile Print where we can put the Black Daddy Gang logo on whatever you need. Honestly,
You
and
about to have me start a Black Mama Gang.
do it. Hey, I know 5 or 6 people that'll join you tomorrow and ride with
Really?
you till the wheels fall off.
Really? That's
Honestly,
something to definitely look into. That's something to definitely look into. If I can get some good positive women, I'm sorry, good positive
yeah,
women, yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Because I think a lot of our young women need that. I used to mentor as well,
okay,
but I used to mentor at-risk juveniles
yeah, okay.
in PG County. So I think a lot of it's needed.
Well,
It's
the
very
guy
much
that started the group, he was he started it with a program called Save a Dope Boy,
needed.
and the program went like this: he would go to the juvenile jails and get nonviolent offenders
Hmm.
and for them jobs in the community. He would go to a job in the community, a place in the community, and say, "Listen, you hire this person to be your dishwasher. You hire this person to man your store or your cashier or whatever, and for 6 months, we'll pay half of their salary. Whatever you pay them, we'll pay the other half, and we'll do that for 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months period, you say whether you want to keep them or not. If you want to keep them, then they're yours. And that was like to get them to put money in their pockets and show them that there's more out there than just drugs or the streets or whatever. And the program worked. It worked really well.
That's nice. Yeah, a lot of them need that. And
Yeah.
and I don't want to stereotype Baltimore, but looking at the crime rate and a lot of stuff going in Baltimore, I can say it's definitely needed. I mean, it's needed
Oh,
throughout,
yeah.
but I can definitely say we need to like grab quite a few of those children and get them off the
Yeah,
corners.
especially like I said, if they're nonviolent offenders, give them some type of guidelines and some type of path. There's a bunch of brothers that here that's doing amazing work. But you don't never hear about that on Fox 45. You'll hear about it if you knew or you are in the circle or whatever. There's a
Mhm.
group called Baltimore Ceasefire. They got
I've heard about that.
yeah, they're good friends of mine. Um, the 300 Men movement, brother Munir Buhar. I'm good with all of those. Like they're all buddies of mine, and we're all. So I mean, it's not just one person trying to make a difference or trying to make it better. We're all trying to make it better together.
So what's your count? Like how many people I guess are affiliated in Baltimore at the moment?
For Black Daddy Gang,
Yes.
right now, we had Donuts with Dads event. We're trying to kick it back up since COVID has
Mhm.
kind of let things back up. But before COVID, we had a Donuts with Dad, and 536 people, 536 dads, granddads, stepdads, and godfathers showed up for the event on a Saturday at Drew Hill Park.
Nice. See, I wouldn't go to Druid Hill Park. I haven't heard good things about Druid Hill Park. So
If you go in the daytime, it's fine. It's a beautiful park. Don't let the. I mean, and honestly, I sell real estate now, right? So I tell people that eventually Drew Hill Park is going to have paddle boats in there. So they're fixing it up.
okay.
And maybe at some point, once they get the paddle boats, we won't even be able to afford to live around there anymore.
So they're gonna basically, what's it, gentrify it? Is it regentrification?
I hate to say that word, but It's on its way.
Wow. Wow. Well, I mean, it may make things a little bit better. I don't know. I mean, I can't say it's going to be better or worse, but
Yeah.
it will definitely be a change for sure.
Paddle boats are coming though. Trust what I tell you. Paddle boats are on their way.
Paddle boats.
Hey.
It will be something different for the culture, though. It'll be done
Yeah.
something. It would definitely be something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, look at Top Golf. Top Golf brought, Top Golf introduced something different to a lot of people that didn't, especially a lot of inner city youth. Top
Yeah.
Golf introduced something that they never knew anything about. So,
Well, like I
think
said, if the kids have outlet, a lot of times it takes their mind off of the foolishness. A lot of times they do stuff out of boredom. They have no direction. The peer pressure is high to do something stupid. When I was younger, we stole eggs at the bus. There was a bus used to come up Fayette Street, the number 2 bus, the number 20. We go to the corner store and spend $2-3 and get a carton of eggs, and we egg the bus. I mean, with our own money, and because it was just something fun to do. Until one older guy came by and said, "Hey, man, don't do that." And that's what it takes. Sometimes somebody to step up and say, "Listen, don't do that. Let's go play baseball, softball, soccer, hockey, whatever your ping pong, whatever your interest is. Let's do that instead of doing stupid stuff." And that's all it takes sometimes, just to have 2 or 3 people to stand up and say, "That's not right. Let's not do that. Let's do this," and give you other options.
Do you have functions? Does your organization have functions as such, like during the summertime, like a cookout, the basketball tournaments, the game?
Yeah. And there's a brother named David Johnson. He's with the Baltimore Department of Recreation. A 3-on-3 basketball tournament they do every year. There's another organization that I'm part of called BOB, Band of Brothers. And as a brothers, we all have different, I want to say, pockets that we're good on. And as a collective, we move greatly together. So it's just, like I said, a phone call away to find out what's going on and when it's going on and who's making the moves. And at any point, there's something that's the children could do. I'm really active in the art scene here in Baltimore. They were talking about it earlier. The Charles Street, which is the Black Arts District. There's a lot going on down there now. So I try to put my hands in a lot. At the same time, I try to make sure that I'm doing helpful work. I'm there.
Okay. Do you have children of your own?
I have 4 children.
Okay.
I have 3
How many
sons
boys?
and 1 daughter. 3
So
sons.
are your sons involved in this as well? Do you get your sons involved?
Well, for the most part, but we do it in our own way. Like for the holidays or whatever, or like Christmas. I want to say holidays because some people celebrate Kwanzaa, some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate what's the other one? The different holidays. We go to the grocery store and we buy chips, we buy sandwiches, and we put them together, and we go downtown where the homeless people are, and we give them out. We look for them, we find them, and I teach them that it's better to give than to receive, and that's their give back every year. Like we go out and we find people that need, and we put together little bags of socks and underwears, and they have another organization here that collects book bags at the end of the school year that the kids had. You fill the book bag up with maxi pads and shaving cream and toothbrushes and toothpaste, and you got with 15, 16 bags and just go around and find people to give them to, the homeless people, the people that are struggling, and we do that. We help with that also.
Okay. Question, and this is kind of like out there. Your sons, let's say they have friends, right?
Yeah, they have
friends. Their friends basically they're struggling with, I don't want to, I guess, lack of a better term, daddy issues. They having issues with their fathers,
right?
Trying to get their fathers involved in their space, and they want you to kind of like reach out to their fathers. How do you get involved without, I guess, overstepping your bounds or not to make that man feel less of a man?
What I personally would do, I would have an outing, and I would invite my sons and his friends, and also extend an invitation to the father. Maybe bowling, maybe
Mm-hmm.
pool, maybe a movie, or whatever it is. And I would pick his brain to find out where he is, and then ask him different questions to try to figure out what we can do to help out and make him a better father or whatever. And then I would also give them time alone so they can build on their own. But once you have them in the area together, where maybe it's my sons versus his sons and laser tag or something like that, where there's a team building exercise where they're building on their side, we build on our side, but together, like paintballing. We could do paintballing. We're on one side of the field, they're on the other side of the field, but they got to work together to beat us. And that would be something I would do as an example of something to get them involved. We would find an event, find a place, go and invite him, the father, the mom, the sisters, whatever, just everybody, and get them out and just kind of have them have an opportunity on their side to build as a team and as a unit, and we build on our side, and we still kick their ass. They take the loss as a family. It's a team. It's a team effort.
You might be surprised. Y'all might lose on the other side.
Might lose is never an option.
You might lose on the other side. He might not be a good daddy, but he might be able to whoop some ass somewhere along the way.
Hey, I welcome that. But at least the opportunity is there for them to spend time together and kind of build a bond. Like, no free wins over here. You don't learn by winning. You learn by losing.
Right. That's true. That's cool. Okay. That's good. Well, I would really like to, know more about your program but even more so, I'd like to get the women involved, like in a whole different program to reach some of these young women.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're teaching with these young men, and your sons as well. And I don't want to say your sons, because I'm going to leave your children out of it. As far as, so you're also teaching them, do you teach them like life skills? Some of these men?
Yeah. A lot of times it's just people don't know what they don't know until you find out that you don't know it. So if you give a person the opportunity to do things that they've never tried, like I said, with the camp at the rec, they have the horseback riding thing. A lot of people never rode a horse. I know people who never left their block. Like, they sit on their block all day. That's where they are. You give them an opportunity to step outside of their block, and you give them events like flying a kite with dad. Just different things. There's a few beaches, but you just give them an opportunity to show that. I mean, even if it was like a team, a softball game, where it's something that you actually have an event, an opportunity to work together. It builds a bond, and those are always precious. Like, these last longer than props, I guess.
Yeah, I think also sometimes taking them out of their element. Take them to a different state. Take them to a museum,
like
or something.
My kids, when the COVID hit, we decided to go camping. I had never been camping before.
I want to go camping.
Say it again.
I want to go camping.
So yeah, we had never been camping before, but what we decided to do was there was a spot called Yogi Bear Campsite, and we rented a cabin for a week.
Where's that?
We went to the one up near Frostburg,
and
north the southern part of Maryland, the first time, and then last year we went to the one in Virginia, and then we went to like it's always. But for the first time, I had never been camping before, so you actually had to, you had a fire pit, a grill, and a refrigerator, and a microwave inside, and bunk beds inside the cabin. And you basically kept your food in the refrigerator and took it outside on the grill, and cooked with it. So we did that for a week, and I'm hooked. I like it.
Wait a minute, Terry. I thought camping was like you go outside, you put up the tent outside, And you cook out.
I mean, but you don't have to do that if you don't. We got the cabin. We're city folk. We're not sleeping outside. I don't like bugs, honestly. I'm not a bug guy. I don't want bugs crawling on me or whatever. But the cabin was pretty cool, and that was the option that we took. One day maybe I'll try the tent, maybe not, because I don't like sleeping on the ground, and I'm not.
Well, see, that's the kind of camping I was talking about. Where you go and you put up the tent.
You do that. I'll be in the cabin down the street. We'll meet up at the pool at 1:00 every day, and then maybe at the end of the day I invite you over to my cabin. I'll offer you some spaghetti that I made from a coffee pot and and cooked out the ground beef and stuff on the grill.
That's cheap. You know that, right? That's cheap.
It probably is, but like I said, I'm a city guy, and camping. That's my version of camping. We'll be in the woods, went to Walmart, we got all the stuff, and we made it last a week.
Okay. The refrigerator ain't supposed to be there, though. I'm gonna just let you know.
Refrigerator and microwave, I promise
You're
you.
supposed to have a cooler. Wait a minute, you have a microwave? You're supposed to have a cooler outside.
Yeah, whatever. You put a cooler outside. We're not barbarians. We're just trying to get away from city life for a week. I ain't trying to go cold.
That's the camping I want to experience. Maybe one day I can convince you otherwise, and we try to do this.
You go ahead. I'll be in the cabin.
I said we. This is a joint effort. I said we. This is a joint effort. Me and you.
I'll be in cabin number 4, and maybe I'll have the AC on for you. Maybe. That's a Steelers fan. There's no AC.
Okay. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna definitely pray for you.
I need prayer.
We all do, but I'm gonna pray for you because I'm gonna pray that you embrace the other side of camping. But it's all right.
No, I'm all right. I bought a lighter. I'm all right. I'm not rubbing any sticks together. None of that stuff. We're there for the experience.
They got the little lighter things now. Like you click the little thing like this.
Yeah, you can do that. I have a Bic right in my pocket. Set it on fire, throw it in there. Charcoal, big bag of charcoal and everything. Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. But I do like your organization though. It's very interesting. I really do like it. And it sounds like you've been in business. You've been around for 11 years.
Yeah,
so it sounds like you're pretty
2011. Yeah.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're pretty successful at it.
I mean, like I said, when we first started, Father's Day was not looked at as a good thing. Like you for Mother's Day, you could go into Red Lobster and sit there for 2 hours, wait for a table. Father's Day, you walk in and pick a seat. I want to sit there, but I don't want, and it was like this is disgusting. Like why aren't fathers as revered as mothers? And it was like the question was asked, what are fathers doing? Like what are you doing? And it was like answer that question.
They're absent.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, but like I said, but now I think the dynamic has changed because I know way more people now that take care of their kids, and I know that don't. And the ones that don't, I really don't trust them as a person I would want to be around me. If you don't take care of what's yours, how can I trust you with my life?
I agree with you 100%. I used to tell men that if you can't take care of your other children that are not with me, then I mean I don't need you around because
like I go to, like let's say I have a friend and we've been together or been homeboys or whatever for a long time. If we're at a club and I know that you don't take care of your children, I don't feel safe trusting you with my life because when you're out with somebody, anything could pop off at any time, and you need the people around you and in your circle that's going to have your best interest at heart. And if your best interest doesn't include you making sure that your children are okay, there's no way possible I can trust you with that part of my life. I gotta go home every night. Every night I gotta be home. Just homework to check and chores to make sure it got done. I gotta get home every night. I don't care what happens in the street. We can do whatever. I'm going home and I'm getting there safely. Yeah. And if I feel like any way I can't do that when I'm with you, I can't hang with you. I'm sorry.
I feel you. I mean, I agree with you 100%. But yes, a lot of absent fathers, and I won't necessarily blame it on the fathers in itself. I mean, mothers as well, you know.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, if the fathers step up and take their leadership roles. And I'm not promoting patriarchy and all that stuff. Like I'm not downing anybody to their beliefs or whatever or how you feel. I just know that me personally, I feel like if a lot of the ills that we suffer as people on this planet would not be as much if we had great leadership. And and I think that the fathers need to step up. I mean, if you're bold enough to labor for a woman and have a baby by her, take care of the baby. Just make sure she's good. And if you do that first, it'll make everything better. That's just my take on it.
That's true. That is true. I agree. I agree. Well, we just got to get them balls together and be like, all right, I got to suck it up through the nutsack and like, you know what? These are mine. Let me go ahead and take care of them.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it's best that a mother and father don't work out. Like sometimes, but that doesn't negate the child. Like you can not get along with her and not see eye to eye on certain things, but you got to know that there's a little person that's supposed to be reared by both of y'all, and just showing up once a month or just being there sporadically isn't enough because you got certain things that the child can't get from you just not being there. And being there means more than anything. Like I said, if you say you're gonna do something, just do it.
I agree. But you know what, Terry, I think a lot of that also comes from sometimes I think it's like a generational thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot of men, because they never had their fathers there, or they saw their fathers absent, or they saw their fathers womanizing, or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like alert behavior. And,
Yeah.
very few, well, I shouldn't say very few, because I don't know the percentage. But I think a lot of men, I'm going to say a lot of men, strive to break the cycle in some way. You know what I'm saying? In some way or another. Some can and some can't, because some still fall victim to, they're still victimized or traumatized by the past.
I mean, and then you have other barriers too, like employment, transportation. There's other bigger issues that may prohibit you, but anytime that you put your mind towards doing something, you're basically going to make a way to make it happen. So if your first thought is to make sure my children are good, that's your first thought, you're going to succeed in some way, shape, or form. You're going to succeed at that. And that's
true. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm from a different country, and my thing is, there are a lot of barriers, but it's just kind of like, I know where I come from. I've seen men walk miles in the rain. We didn't have like snow or anything of the sort, but like they walked through treacherous weathers to make sure that their families were good.
Of course, and that's
that's
how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be.
But I see a lot of men use that, like you said, transportation. I don't have transportation. I don't have this. I don't have that. And my thing is, you know what? If it means getting a job at McDonald's, making, I don't know what the minimum wage is, but if it means getting a job at McDonald's to make sure that your family is good, you're going to get that job at McDonald's or wherever, sweeping floors, mopping floors, whatever it is, to make sure your family is good. And that's why I take my hat off a lot to Hispanics, because, they'll clean the toilet to make sure their children are good.
Oh yeah, and if you work at McDonald's, at the end of the night, all those burgers that weren't sold, you take those home and feed them to your children. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't, like say that that's a good idea to eat McDonald's every day, but if that's what you have, it's something, as opposed to just sitting there and not having anything. Mm-hmm. Like I would give to my children first before I give to myself.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's how it should be. Because they didn't ask to come into this world. So it's kind of like, you got to it's sacrifice. Yeah. You have to sacrifice
like,
for
these
little people.
What do you really believe in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to sacrifice and bring, So I like that.
You say you're from another country. What country are you from?
I am. I'm from Jamaica.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You been?
I have not. I plan on going at some point. I'm not camping there either. I'm gonna get a cabin when I go there also.
Oh, definitely. But when you do go, make sure you go off the resort to experience the culture a little bit.
I have a buddy who's there. He's from Tivoli Gardens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's from Tivoli Gardens. So
That's like Baltimore. That's like what's the bad part in Baltimore?
Dundalk. I don't know.
Well, no. I'm just saying Tivoli Gardens is like that. That's
that's where he's from. So he has big family there. So I make a phone call and I'll be fine there.
That's the ruffian part. That's
my people's.
I don't go there. Look, I'm from Jamaica and I don't go to Tivoli Gardens, so
Understood.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know where you belong.
Indeed. It was a pleasure talking to you, Terry. What else do you have to share? Do you have anything else you want to share?
The website, like I said, blackdaddygang.com. My Gmail is blackdaddygang@gmail.com. If you have any questions on how to get involved or what to do or what you want to do as far as making a better world for yourself and your children or whatever, I'm all ears. I have other avenues that I can reach out to, and I can have different fingers I can point you in different directions. I know people and I'm connected. And you treat people good, they treat you better.
Oh, well, I'm gonna tap into you because I'm serious about this Black Mommy gang.com, or I'm serious about that. We're about to get that popping and rolling. We're about to have this Black Mommy.
I'm gonna charge you a finder's fee.
What's that? $5? I got you. I got you some jerk chicken.
All right. I'll eat it in my cabin.
In this damn cabin. Hey, y'all.
What up?
Hey.
That's what's good. Hey, they big up to Terry and everything that they're doing good. All the good that they're doing in the community in Baltimore. Definitely thumbs up to you, bro. Yeah, I mean, I already know what is going on. I already know what it is. But it's just good to let the world know. And to the panel and everybody there, I know y'all down with questions and everything, but ask away. What y'all want to know? Any questions that you guys got for Terry?
I'd like to talk more about his clothing line. What's going on with that?
Basically, like I said, the clothing line was more so like the idea was behind it was like a badge of honor. Like you can buy the shirt. We have shirts, t-shirts. We have when I first started the clothing line, I would not buy one. I would do every order custom. So I would do like jackets like this, where we had the logo on the back, different things on the different logos, and then it has the thing I just said earlier about if you had a business and it was in the black, blase, in the red or whatever. So we have shirts, jackets, hats, coats, anything that you would to possibly think of. I can make it happen. Give me a call or hit me up and give me a couple of days to put it together for you, and I'll make it happen.
Hey, so how are you intertwining the youth into entrepreneurship and actually creating their own brand and actually putting something out there in the hood for people to wear they could be proud of? Oh, you look like you frozen. Like everybody frozen. Everybody, y'all up? Y'all okay over there? Why everybody stuck in
I
pause?
was waiting for this answer. You actually asked one of my questions.
Well, Terry
for
was
real?
kind of
I
freezing.
apologize, my bro.
Oh no, thank you. Like I'm into it. I'm just like, yes. Mm-hmm. This is
He stuck on freeze. Hey man.
Oh man.
Get my man back. She over there just a falling out, Miss Jamaica Queens. What's happening?
Yeah, come back.
What's happening?
How are you?
I'm too legit to quit, just like Hammer Pants.
They quit. Hammer Pants quit a long time ago.
Nah, man, we about to bring them back. I don't know what you're talking about.
They came back.
We fitting to get them back.
I
And
think
they
I
come
had
back
on something
again.
like it yesterday.
Yeah.
See, I'm up in age. Nobody remembers merry-go-round when it came to fashion.
That was the clothing store. The merry-go-round.
Man, merry-go-round. It was that and
Is that only
Epstein.
Baltimore?
merry-go-round just only used to sell jeans at first. It
Right.
used to be on Eastern Avenue down here in Baltimore, Maryland. And
Okay.
then it became a broader store. But they started selling hammer pants. And boy, you should have saw me, man. I put that Duke in my hair, and I had that boy on a slant. Man, I go up in the club, couldn't tell me nothing.
He had
Mm-mm.
that,
The hammer pants with no socks on, remember?
the pink hair oil moisturizer, whatever that is.
Nah, hey man, and then I hit him with the Louis man bag. Remember that joint?
Yeah.
Come up in the club, had my gold chains all laid out on my chest. I
Did
thought
you
I was
have the
hot
hair
stuff,
in
man.
your
I
chest
look,
too? Did you have the little hair in your chest?
nah,
Because
I
you
ain't
know
got
all
none
the
of
men
that.
back then used to have this little patch of hair right here, and the gold chain just fell over top of it.
Hamburger meat.
Yeah, that's how I used to
Hamburger meat.
be.
Oh, you had that
Man,
too? So you had the salt, the black pepper hair right here? Is that what it's called?
Man, nah, I ain't got none of that going on. And matter of fact, nah, I got tats and stuff. That junk do not. It look like something crazy growing in some gray hair. I can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I thought of him in the head one time, bro. I had a canary yellow, no collar, pleated pocket, zipped up silk jacket with the canary yellow hammer pants, black slip-on patent leathers coming into the club, bro.
You
I
better
thought I
go
was
ahead. You better go
I
ahead.
thought I was killing them. I thought I was killing them. Could tell me nothing.
He said, I thought I was killing him.
Hey man, I walked in the club. I heard theme music.
How old are you,
Yeah,
Robert?
that's
I'm
how it's
55.
supposed to
I'll
be.
be
You're supposed
55
to
this
walk
year.
in somewhere and have your own
I'm
thing
back. I'm back.
all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, my man, you hear me on the question, my bro?
No, my phone died. The phone's like you gotta go. So the
Oh,
phone died.
I ain't gonna like. It ain't seem like the phone died. It looked like you got stuck on pause. You standing there.
No, the phone died. Like it went gone. I'm back though. I did everything. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, I was asking. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna let my man ask. Go ahead, Chad. Hit him off.
Oh, okay. So, what are you like? So you're a fashion designer and you also have a nonprofit. Are you incorporating that in regards to mentoring your kids in entrepreneurship?
Well,
And
like
how are
I said,
you doing
I partner with a lot of different organizations that actually because you can't have the nonprofit and also sell items at the same time. Like you
it?
can't do both. So, like I said, the idea behind my movement was to bring awareness. The other organizations that I'm cool with or whatever, they do different things. Like they got like I said, Beats Not Bullets is an organization that goes into the schools and teach the kids how to make music. There's there's a bunch of hooks before books. There's a boxing program with brother Umar up at the gym on Drew Hill. I mean, it's different programs that the kids can get involved with, and I support and go to them all the time.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question. You said you can't do both. What's your view of as to why you can't do both?
I think it's just kind of like a conflict of interest to make money off of helping people. Like either you're gonna either you're. I mean, you can make money and then use the money to people. But you can't. I mean, me personally, you can't. Your purpose can't be to make money and decide that's what your goal is. Like your goal is either to help people or your goal is to make money. You can't. I mean, physically, you can't do both. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe you can. If you can, tell me. Let me know.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
The reason why I asked that because I'm a fashion designer, and I'm an artist, and coming into all of this, some of the successful business owners who I was asking at that time, I was asking them how did they like when you were first starting up, what was something that you wish you would have done differently? And everybody that I asked always said, I wish I would have started my nonprofit around the same time that I did that. It would have kept me grounded. So that's what I've been doing. I've used that now in applied that. But now I'm in a situation where I'm learning that because I have separate, separate accounts, separate situations for both of those, and
Right.
they're different networks for different areas. Like the people that are in the nonprofit are not the people that are going to supply my particular clothing. So I've with that part I've learned to overlap with that, but with I have learned that uh the fashion, like I used to have, I mean I still have dreams about it. Like for example, I had a dream where there were two fish and one of the fish was eating the other fish. And so when I woke up, that's what the first thing that I was thinking about was both of like my fashion company and the nonprofit. And what I've been trying to understand is, I mean, obviously one of them cannot do better. Well, obviously one cannot succeed here. So I've been trying to base the Oklahoma here, and my clothes was never meant to be here. It was supposed to be somewhere else. I feel like that there's a way to do it. I just was curious as to understanding why you said that you felt it, but you answered that question.
No, I just feel like, okay, so I got my uncle, right? He told me, he
Mm-hmm.
said, if you do something that you love, the money doesn't matter. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you go to a restaurant and they love to cook, you're gonna taste it in the food. You're gonna taste it in the presentation. They're gonna present it to you in a way that's gonna make you come back and get it more often. If you're doing it
Correct.
just to get money, you're gonna
Mm-mm.
fail every time. You have to do it because you love it. So I
Right.
do it because I love it. And if the money comes, then it comes. But like I said, the clothing was to just kind of get extra money to make some events happen, where I didn't have to
So
go and ask for contributions, or I could go to Five Below or the Dollar Tree and buy a bunch of kites, and all you had to do was just show up with your children, and the event was there. I could buy jugs of juice, and I could buy cups, and I could buy napkins. I could buy all the stuff myself based on the money I spent to run the business. So it was like
right. Mm-hmm.
the business basically took care of itself.
Okay. Yeah. So that. Yeah. Robert, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I wasn't asking to try to make money. What I'm saying is there's an opportunity to learn entrepreneurship. And a lot of the young kids don't understand money. The biggest problem I have with my people is we don't understand how money moves. So teaching them how to make money and how money moves, whether it be the stock market, cryptocurrency, or whatever. I'm saying that should be a few of the things that should be added in there because we can suffer for the lack of knowledge.
My,
So
my, my,
I'm
my
not
question
saying
to you,
making. I'm not saying like you could teach them how to make clothes. You could teach them how to go to the manufacturers and get those made. You could teach them how to create an online warehouse. That don't mean you're making the money. What it does is you're showing them how to create wealth. So they'll be able to go out on their own and create their own stuff. And then that way you out the pocket. You ain't got nothing to do with that. They just
like I
learn
said,
something you taught them.
like I alluded to earlier, my full-time job, I'm a realtor. I sell real estate. I sell
Right.
real estate. I help people buy real estate. I also work with a lot of investors. So
Well,
the
I'm gonna
money
have
that I
to
get
talk to
from
you
that
then.
is what I use to kind of like keep me afloat.
Right.
Teaching and helping and building up somebody else is my gift that I give to somebody freely. I can't charge for that because once I show you how to do it, you'll know how to do it forever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I want to
And that's
be a
my
help.
point.
Yeah, so I'll help anybody. That's always been my mantra. Like I'll help anybody. So if you know more about it than I know about it, then when somebody asks me the question, instead of me saying something
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
understand
or
what you're saying.
understand
You gotta
fully,
find somebody that can fit in that lane. I get it.
I'll
I
send
can
them. I'll
do
send them to
So
you.
So out of the 11 years that you've been doing it, well, how like when out of them 11 years did you find the flow, like the balance of how to like, because at the beginning, and there's a lot of different, roads and bumps and then,
We
detours,
just
but
we just consistency. Like we just try to be consistent. There's always going
Mhm,
to be a back to school event. There's always going to be
mhm,
children that's not going to have a book bag. There's always going to be children that need socks and going to be people that need some type of assistance. If you
mhm,
have if I tell people, I go on Facebook, I say, listen, I'm putting together 10 bags of back to school supplies myself. Who want to match me? Who wants to do what I'm doing? You'll get people that say, you did 10, we'll do 10. I'll do 10, that's 30. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll have people, and then eventually you'll have a whole network of people that's all like-minded, that's on the same page. But you just have to put it out there. And that's what the gift and the blessing of social media is sometimes. Just let people know what you're doing on certain things, gets other people willing to do it also, and then you connect with them. And like I said, if they know more than I know, and you ask me the question about something I'm not quite sure of, I know who to send them to because I know people that are doing the same exact thing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you this last question, and I'm gonna get out, let any young lady or gentleman to be able to speak. Um, I was a single parent father after I had real bad divorce, man, and it's kind of like it's hard. All fathers, I believe, some of them are out because sometimes the mother tend to control the narrative. She keep them out. So, what kind of programs you can have that can actually help a father restore himself to his kids? Because sometimes my situation was I kind of signed a divorce paper thinking it was a non-contestant. It wasn't. It wound up having to be at some stipulations at the bottom. I wound up signing full custody over, and I didn't know. Now, particularly back in that day, I didn't really have the money to actually pay for a lawyer or none of that. So what can you suggest for any guy, man, that's in search? I got a cousin right now. She done took the baby off and ran. He don't know where the baby at, and he been looking for a minute. So if you have any suggestions or any type of thing that you can add to your program that can help the fathers that really want to be fathers, and it's a halt, it's a wall there. There's people interfering and they're stopping and stopping because mine was the mother and the grandmother. They was kind of interfering a lot. So if you have anything that can help me help another brother, man, be able to see his kids, please share with me.
Well, I know for a fact that if you're paying child support to the state or whatever, and she has somebody to collect it, there's a way to get in touch with her. You just had to lawyer up. I mean, honestly, that may be the only choice that you had. And there's some lawyers out here that are fathers also, and I know a few that I could probably get you in touch with that could probably help you on that also. But like I said, there's always a way. Like if you're giving money and you're paying child support to her, she's collected it somehow, so her name is registered somewhere. And you just have to do the background check and find out exactly where she is.
It's a little bit better for guys now, but back then it wasn't, man.
Oh yeah.
They was giving us the business back in the day, man.
Of course. I mean, like when you have a custody case, and in order if it's mother versus father, the mother, you have to show that she's not a good enough father. I mean, not a good enough mother.
Yeah.
With a father, it doesn't really matter. If she's not good enough, then you're second. You get it by default. But if you're a good father, I mean, like it's a lot into it. But what I'm saying is, like, for you to prove that a mother is negligent,
unfit,
then that's where you get the upper hand or whatever. But for the most part, it's always a unlevel playing field with the mother and the father anyway. So you just had to, like I said, sometimes you got to lawyer up.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's so much about proving that the mother's unfit. I just think it's a matter of, what's the word, commonality, or just coming together.
No, because if you have a mother, let's say you have a mother and a father, and they both make a decent amount of money, and the judge has to decide which one gets the custody of the children. If he has to give full custody to one of them, it's most likely going to go to the mother, unless you could prove somehow that she doesn't deserve it. Like automatically, she's going to get it. If it's even playing ground, you got eggs versus eggs, apples versus apples. Then most of the time the mother's going to get it and the father's not going to get it unless you can prove that somehow that her apples are wrong.
I think it's mitigating Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but it's also mitigating circumstances, because I know men who've gotten sole custody of their children, and they didn't have to prove that the mother was unfit, but it was just based on, certain criteria.
All my babies grown, but I'm saying that was one of the situations I dealt with. So,
well, you're 53, so all your children should be grown, or 55.
Oh, my kids. Well, I'm 55. My baby's in their 30s. But when I went through it, it was hard and it was frustrating.
And there's nothing like standing in front of the court that cares more about what I'm coming out my pocket with than my relationship with my kids. So I tell
Yeah.
anybody, there should be more programs, man, that help fathers. Because, like I said, I have a cousin right now, and every now and then he posts something on, Facebook about missing his daughter. He haven't seen her in about a good 10 years now.
Does
When
he have a lawyer?
um having a lawyer and knowing where the kid at, he ain't even getting child support taken out. He don't know where this kid at. So he's
He's
been
getting,
looking
wait a
for his
minute, you
baby.
said he's getting child support taken out?
He's not. He's been looking
He's
for his
not,
baby
okay.
for 10 years. She up, jump,
Yeah.
and left, and nobody has seen his kid since she's gone.
So wait a
Yeah.
minute. So has the mother changed her name? Like, there should be a way of tracking the mother down.
Man, it's a lot of ways, man. You can cover. I mean, it's a lot of ways people can cover themselves. You got PO boxes. If I want you to know where I live at, I don't have to let you know where I live at. I mean,
That's true.
I can literally go. I can go like you be looking for me, and I'll be like a blade of grass if I want to be hit for real.
But he also has to use his rights too. He has rights also. He has parental
Yeah,
rights.
but
He
it's
has
kind
to.
of hard to use rights where you don't know where to present those rights at, or present
It,
them towards a person that has your kid. And you don't know where they at. And
it's
that was my only point I was trying to make. There are situations that some guys, and I think sometimes we don't never ask men how they think about it. It's just we'll say, "Well, brother, you supposed to take care of your kids," and we know that. Most men know that, and then some guys just back off because there's so much stress. They like, you know what? It's just too much. Like I financially can't do this, and you keeping me from the kid, and if I don't do stuff your way, all hell gonna break loose. And some guys they throw their hands up and surrender. And I didn't throw my hands up and surrender. I fought the whole 18 years, but I went through hell from suspended license to being locked up about 4 times and more stuff. So when I talk to people, I'm straightforward, I'm very transparent, I'm very honest. And I'm not trying to paint her because I ain't even said her name. Paint her to be as a bad parent. But just because she was able to take care of them, that don't mean she was a good mom. It just means she was
yeah.
able to provide for them only due to the part that I paid in child support and the fact she kept me out the loop. She kept me out of the kept me out by using a certain kind of narrative and using the system against me. So because
Yeah.
I dealt with that, I took it on the chin like a champ. I think I did. But at the end of the day, the only ones really suffer is their kids. And that's my
Yeah.
point. It's not
Yeah.
about her and it wasn't about me. It was about our kids. And if she cared more about the kids, she should have focused more on me making sure I see my kids. So that was my point.
Understood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I can understand that because what y'all describing is literally one of the situations with my mother and my sperm donor. But my mother had, three. I'm not speaking ill on my mother, but she had three. With mine, it was just a different. But I mean, she did the same exact things, like, with my siblings trying to see theirs. If there's an argument, you're not about to see your children.
And that's bitterness, and that's it, that,
It
and
is, but it
it's
happens a
kind of
lot.
like
That's a
parents don't
generational
realize
curse.
how they damage their children by doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but that's
damaging.
a part of generational curses. When you're in a curse, you don't realize that you're cursed
Mhm.
until you're trying to come out of it.
Yep. Yep.
And that's the biggest reason why we teach we mentor our kids about generational curses, because if you don't even know how to visualize or identify what it is or what you're going through, because a lot of times you feel like you're alone. And then when you start to realize, this is something systematically that has happened, then you start to understand that this is something that is passed down and is shared as a generation. And that's how we can break those things. But if we don't know that, and a lot of people don't know it because they're dealing with their own trauma. They're dealing with their own things that happened when they were children. So they didn't get a chance to heal the child part of themselves, and now they're an adult that have children that are going through a lot of the same traumatic experiences that they went through. They don't know how to help them, so they do what was taught to them. And I'm seventh generation of slave. I'm my slave owner and seventh generation slave. So with that being said, they beat till you forgot. And if you don't forget, you get beat. So that's the same mentality that's been passed down. And I'm in Oklahoma, but that's a Southern mentality.
Right.
That is true.
So it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And it's really, and here in Oklahoma, speaking the same things about that to our Black families, it's a lot of pushback because that's not something that nobody want to hear. Because who are you to tell me? I am the product of what you consistently do. Only
Right.
thing is, I've committed suicide twice. There's a lot of kids who don't come back. There's a lot of kids who don't come back, and that's in yeah, that's the biggest part because we want to sweep it under the rug, and then we be like, the kids will be fine. I went through, but the kids don't even now are not conditioned the same way that we are. They are so desensitized through electronics. Now you got the face mask that consistently is teaching them not how to disassociate and not read people correctly. So then now they're more impulsive, and now they are more not rageful, but once you get pent up for a long time, there's just a lot of expressiveness that's not coming out. And then you got parents that's saying, my hurt, my pain is more than yours. And dating was not the reason. I didn't ask to be here. It was your
That
decision.
is true.
You
That
know?
is true. But
So
yeah, I think a lot of our parents just didn't address their past traumas and just, they inflict the same trauma to their children,
they forget about
without
it. Or
even
they thought they
realizing
forgot
it.
about
I'm sorry.
it. I said they thought they think that they forgot about it.
Mhm.
They put it in the back of their head, and then it comes out
Yeah.
in other ways.
Yeah, they suppress it. They suppress it, and
Yeah.
it's it's kind of like something that I've been talking about a lot, how, the parents traumatize their children so much that it caused so much division. You know what I'm saying? It's created so much hurt and so much ill will and disconnect throughout the family as to where it's just like, how do you get back? You know what I'm saying?
The
And
men, this was like literally put back. This was put in the lynch. The lynch. They had a book,
Good thing.
and it was one of the ways to break down a black family. It was to take the black man from the home. It's
Mhm.
also in the Bible. It's also one of the curses put upon the black slave, or put upon slaves, but they were black because they was in Africa. They put upon the slaves if they did not obey their master. So this stuff has been gone back, and that lynch was based off of things that was put in the Bible for the slave. This is systematically. We have to break it by doing what Wombat is doing, what Robert is talking
Yeah,
about. That's encouraging the men, the other fathers, and a lot of times fathers are going through their own father issues. So it's more about going encouraging them by seeing, by action. If they see it, then they do it.
yeah.
Instead of trying to tell somebody how to do it, you just got to see it done. It's just the circumstances.
And that's what I was saying about, you got to pick each other by the bootstraps. Like you got to go on the corner and encourage these young men because a lot of them, like I was saying earlier, they don't know, they weren't taught by their father or their father's father didn't teach them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all they know is the street corner. All they know is the other person that's hanging out on the street corner because they're one of a kind. They're both living in the same life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They neither one of them had their father, so it's like we're going to create our own little unit right here on this corner, not knowing that everything that they're doing on that corner is wrong. You see what I'm saying?
I
So that's what I
find
was saying to Terry. It's kind of like, you know what, we got to pull each other up, and men, women too, but men, it's like you got to grab that young guy when you see him on the corner. You got to grab him when you see
Yeah.
him throwing eggs with the car. You got to grab him when you see him roughing up a woman. You just got to grab him sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Before they make that first
you need
wrong move, because
to see.
sometimes that first move, that first situation they may get themselves into, maybe their last situation, and they be in jail for the rest of their life. What you say,
Hey,
Robert?
check this out. I love these young boys down here in Baltimore, man. I mean, for real. But I ain't fit to put my hands on them because these dudes, they toting some weight. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
They pull the trigger on you. And I find that it's really the peer pressure is out of fear of what they're not going to get from their friends. So if they're not going to get a certain kind of rep or respect from their friends, they tend to do things out of fear. It's never ever out of, out of a mutual respect. It's like they not gonna like me, they not gonna respect me, or they not gonna treat me a certain kind of way. So some of these young boys down here, you ain't fit to put your hands on. You can talk to them, but you ain't gonna shake them and you ain't gonna pull up on them like that. Now I get in their face, and most of the times I'm being honest, man. When a kid feel like you generally really love them, they respect you.
Yeah.
It's just when it turns into disrespect, you feel me? And if you cross certain lines, at the end of the day, you look at them, well, I'm an old man, but you're a young man. At the end of the day, I have to show them a certain amount of reverence and respect. I was a barber for 10 years. I was cutting head down on Urban and Bel Air Road called Harlem Blues, and I cut there for 10 years. And I mean, I done had people come in the barbershop and told me they done shot somebody last night. Because like being a barber is like being a bartender. And people share everything with you.
You're
It
a
tells you a whole
therapist.
lot of stuff they normally wouldn't tell anybody else. But I seen a whole lot down there, man, and I seen kids join gangs. I had both of my sons, both of them was in gangs. One of them I helped get out, and the other one, he went to Job Corps and he was still doing his thing, and I was trying to get him out of that as well. I think he might be still in it, but I talk, and I think when you treat kids a certain kind of way, and you understand where they're coming from, they usually show a general respect for for you because you're showing a general respect for them. So I don't usually have a problem with the young boys, but you gotta talk to them in a certain kind of way. I know my man know it. Terry know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why I said that the basis behind the whole movement is love. Like you gotta move in love.
Yeah,
And it's like love for your love. If it's not based off of that, then you're not gonna be successful at all.
Not one bit. And they won't hear you because they'll take it as a disrespect. And you could be speaking facts to them, but it'll harden their heart. So you have to deal with them a certain kind of way. You almost got to do what Jesus did. Sometimes talk in parables, give them stories. Like I had a situation with my youngest son, and my ex-wife called me on the phone. She was living in Wilmington, Delaware at the time, and she was like, "Your son won't take out the trash. He won't do what he's told." Yeah, no. So I'm a kind, when I deal with my kids, I give them things to think about. And one of the things I made them think about was, I said, "Hey, son, how you doing?" He said, "Hey, Pop, what's going on?" I said, "You got some friends?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you got mothers?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Hey, have you ever asked them, the mother ever asked you to go out there and get the bags out the car for them, help with the groceries, take out the trash, anything?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "Why you ain't doing it for your own mom?" And then you can see everything in his face just kind of go, "Yeah, okay, Pop, I get you." And then that's all he said was, "Okay, Pop, I get you." So when I talk to him in a way to make them look at themselves in the mirror and make them adjust on their own, because you got to make them feel like they're making a choice. You got to give them something to think about and make them feel like they making a choice. You're not demanding or telling them what to do. I had my oldest son, man, he was in last year of high school. This joker, he want to act like a fool. He's running off up and down the elevators. His mom called on the phone and she like, "Oh, them white people up there don't like my son and this, that, and no." I said, "I'll be the judge of that when I get there." So I go up to the school, trying to find out he was running amok. He had a stack of papers this thick, but all the stuff he ever did in that school, that was dead wrong. I looked at him. I looked at the principal. And after I got finished laughing because the stuff was hilarious. It was stupid stuff. Like one time he walked past the principal and did like this and jumped at him. And the principal jumped. He got suspended for that and all stupid mess. I said, "Oh, bro, you doing stupid stuff." He got caught on the elevator, going up, down to the second floor, to the third floor, and he just riding the elevator up and down. He was doing stupid stuff. But it was his last year of school. I looked at the principal and I said, "Well, if he won't wait till his last year to fail his ass." And I fell out laughing. I just said, "Fail." And he looked at me. I was on both hands and knees with tears coming down my face. I was like, "That's a dummy. You want to wait till you only got 6 more months and you want to mess up? Go ahead and fail." I said, "Fail his ass." I said, "Nice talking to you, principal." Salute his ass and walked out the door. My son called me up the day, like 2-3 days before he graduated. He said, "Pop, I heard what you said. I got tickets. I'm graduating. Good job, son." Because I made him choose it. I ain't tell him, you ain't gonna do this. I don't do none of that browbeat. I give him something to think about. So when you're dealing with kids, you gotta give them something to think about. For sure. But Mr. Terry, man, I commend you, bro. I never met you in person, but I definitely heard about you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely heard about you. Yeah.
KB,
He sleep.
Man, somebody reach through this phone and smack him upside his head. He is on Leon. Look at he on the lead.
let me tell y'all something. I was waiting for the snore. I'm like, is he gonna start snoring on here? What is he gonna do? I'm like, but how you get on the stream and fall asleep?
Yeah,
So I
probably
guess
zoom in a little.
we can close this out by just Wombat, if you want to start giving your name, where we can find you.
Yeah. For the Black Daddy Gang, it's Black Daddy Gang .com. Black Daddy Gang, all one word. My Gmail is blackdaddygang@gmail.com. As far as the real estate, it's www.liveinbaltimore, Maryland.com. Actually, if you license in Maryland, you can actually sell real estate in Oklahoma. I just found it out. Oklahoma, Pennsylvania. I might check into that and see what I can do. Come out there and see
Really?
y'all sometime. Yeah, it's certain states that are affiliated with certain other states. So I might do that. I might see if I can work some things out where I'll be coming to see y'all pretty soon. But
So you don't have to get us additional
Somebody
certificates.
wake his ass up.
say it again.
Hey man, reach over there and pop on his head. Wake him up.
You can't pop me through the screen. I'm reaching for him. He ain't even.
Yo, I can't
But
believe
sir,
my people, man.
I
Look
did want
at
to
him,
say
bro.
something. Can I say something?
Oh, did he leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say like how much for one I really really respect your whole movement. I love it. One thing that really touched me was when you said when you were saying how, you know, the different things Black Daddy and Gang. Whenever you said daddy and you said that when people when you to get called daddy is like
Term of endearment.
yes. I love that because I can say that who I call daddy is not, of course, not my it's not my biological,
Yeah,
but that's my daddy. You know,
that's
like
why I was. We had a lot of issues with that. Like I said, stepfathers, godfathers, grandfathers. There's people who stepped into that role that deserve the same honor as you would the biological father. We had people
mhm.
who dated mothers that had kids and became, you know, like and if you're in a situation and your basic goal is to make sure that the kids are good, I applaud you. I applaud you all.
Yes. So I love your whole movement, and I stand 100% behind it, and I'm definitely going to be looking into your well the parts that the women are able to.
I appreciate it. I
Since
appreciate
they're
it.
Jasmine,
not
I
able
got you. We
to.
got this. We got this, Jasmine. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this.
Well,
Yes,
Jasmine,
please send us that information so we can definitely get that going down here.
I will do. Will do.
you want to give your information, Jasmine, where we can find you?
Yes, you can my booking link website is Jazze Monroe MONROE.com. It's mostly just my booking, so you can see some of my work on there. You can I post a lot on Facebook, so that's where you'll find out like my deals going, or I post a lot of my work on there. My name is Jasmine Johnson on Facebook, just spelled just like on the screen. So yeah, you can get on there. That's mostly where you can find me is Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna send a friend request to all of y'all. So
Yeah.
look out for me. I'm coming.
Okay.
All
For
right.
Okay.
sure.
And I'm D. Do Sense is Do Sense LLC. I make candles, bath bombs, things of that nature. But as I said before, it's on hold. However, I do make to orders right now. So if it's made to order, I can do make to orders products. But and then you can catch me here every Sunday.
All right.
All right, and I'm Brad Atkins. You can catch my nonprofit on the name of my nonprofit is the LIC Project. Our website is the licproject.com, and as well as you can catch my fashion out on livingpreneur LLC .com. And, Robert,
Well, I guess you call me IG. I'm Bobby Roberts Love Jones, and Robert Doolin on Facebook, same as it is on the screen. You catch
Pleasure
me,
meeting you all.
Yes,
huh?
yes, man.
it was
Terry
a
will
pleasure.
be in
Yes,
touch.
yes, we will.
And
Yes,
you guys have a wonderful week. And I will see you guys next week.
All
Lord's
right,
willing.
thank you.
Peace,
Lord's
y'all.
willing.
All right, good day.